It's my Sean Dean impression. I like you, boss. I don't care what they say. I like you. Darby's gonna win. I mean, it's his match. He already.
Okay, how you know?
Call up Homicide. Call up Hernandez and have a real LAX reunion
Goosebumps.
against
Goosebumps.
What? Oh,
DMD versus Storm. I would love to see that one. What about you?
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Ruby Soho has finally gotten out the AEW dark hole.
Now that's a name I've not heard in a long time. A long time.
Which will see Santam Singh and Sanjay doing promos for the Indian market.
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
that was perfect. It's so bothersome that this egomaniac is not treated like an egomaniac. I don't get it. Why am I the only one that sees this?
When does crack? Now, so the cocaine's happening. When does that crack come into play for you?
That was so perfectly timed. Show should have ended with the middle finger out of the box and Joe's confused face, then the Curb Your Enthusiasm theme credits. We need
Yes! That would have been perfect.
Oh my god, he did it! He did it! Broke me. That broke me again.
Alright, this is Danhouse here, very nice or evil. You are watching True Heel Heat. Probably should have had MJF do this, but here we are.
Hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. We are live on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter for another edition of AEWramble episode 39, The Forbidden Floor. Yes, these titles are always done by Jimmy Macram, the man of 43,000 subscribers and the man you go to for all your Tony Khan criticisms as always, and he will have plenty on this episode of AEWramble. Jimmy Macram, how you doing today?
Oh, I hate him so much. You can't even act. You can't do anything right. I'm good. How are you guys?
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this Thursday afternoon, as per usual. Of course, remember to drop a thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you're watching us on Facebook, drop us a heart emoji, a like emoji, however you felt about AEW Dynamite from April 20th, 2022 from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let us know with those emojis if you're watching us on Twitter. Retweet it so more friends can check out all the madness that will go down as we review this episode of AEW Dynamite, where a lot went down. And of course, in the live chat, we want to hear from all of you. This is interactive channel, so we always like to hear from all of the folks, the fine folks watching True Hill Heat. Of course, your super chat donations are always appreciated, and it helps out the channel so much, helps us grow. We got CM, one of the usuals in the live chat, saying last week was 13. How many of the Jimmy warning will we see today?
It depends on how much I remember. If I remember how much I hate Tony Khan during that fucking New Japan segment. I'm sorry. I'm not only that cares because I have to sit there and watch him act. Oh, I hate this shit so much. Ugh. Wait a minute. By the way, what happened to him? He's not gonna be on TV. Was that your opinion or you reporting some news? I don't remember. But fucking a year ago, Tony Khan doesn't want to be on TV. I don't remember if that was your opinion or you was reporting what he said. But
that was what he said. That was what he said.
What did I say? That's not how ego works ever. And here we are. What I say?
Here we are. We got Kid Get Money saying Romeo is on one already. That was last week. He was on one for sure. Film Nation BTS says, I will show to this live stream. I'll be here. Well, we hope you're here, sir. We got Negro Buck saying, shout out to Truly Heel Romeo, the hardest working producer in the business. We got Andrew saying, let's go. We got Frantic World saying, what's up, SP3, Jimmy, and chat. We also got Annika here with us. EBB's already in the chat saying, got chills when Hangman and Punk faced off. Loud ass support for Hangman. Looking forward to what story they'll go for. And Britt arrives, buries the division, cutting the same promo and leaves. Yay. We will hear how Jimmy felt about that and much more.
I don't think me and EBB are ever on the same page when it comes to Go Big, but we probably will be on the show.
No, you never. Micro Buck saying, what's up, my good brothers? Currently picking up where I left off from the the 420 yesterday. So he's having fun on the 420. We also got EBB saying the format was all over the place. These 7 matches per show needs to stop. So that's his big complaint from last night. And Chase Oliver saying, I'm for sure going to Double or Nothing, but wished it was on a Saturday and not a Sunday. So some different opinions all being shout out. We want to hear your opinions on AEW Dynamite from last night in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. As per usual, Jimmy, I will ask you one word to describe this episode of AEW Dynamite.
Fucking boo. 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 That was like 7 words, but I get the point. Boo.
There you have it. We are here to review the April 20th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What did you think about the Pittsburgh crowd from last night's Dynamite, Jimmy?
I think they were not nearly as hot as the last 4 or 5 crowds, but that's not the crowd's job. The crowd's job is not to carry this fucking show. That's not our job, sir.
He's in one type of mood today. So we started off things with CM Punk going one-on-one with Dustin Rhodes, a babyface versus babyface battle. We had CM Punk, of course, come out to the loud pop. Dustin Rhodes also came out to a loud pop. Match started off slow and methodical with each man jockeying for position. Punk making fun of Dustin a little bit with the Goldust impersonation. Punk worked over Dustin's leg, and that became the story of this matchup. But of course, Rhodes made a comeback, hits the code red for a close 2 count. Punk goes back after the leg, and he gets the figure 4 leg lock, which Dustin and his family know oh too well. Dustin eventually gets out, and he hits the crossroads into a power driver for a close near fall. Dustin then pays tribute to his father with the flip flop and fly, but before he can land the bionic elbow, Punk lands a roundhouse kick. Punk then goes for the go to sleep, but his knee that was first injured last week off off of that botch Hurricane Rana that we talked about. He's still selling it, ladies and gentlemen. Dustin, he's not able to get the GTS. Dustin reverses into the sunset flip, but just like British Bulldog versus Bret Hart from SummerSlam 1992, Punk just sits down into the jackknife pin for the win in just about 17 and a half minutes.
Ugh.
The two men show some respect to each other after the match, raising each other's hand when Punk makes his way up the entranceway after giving a hug to Dustin, them embracing. Punk makes his way up to the entranceway, and like EBB says, it's none other than the AEW World Champion, Hangman Adam Page, who comes out and has a stare down with Punk for the very first time. And I love the story being told there because the Hangman from a year ago would not have done this. He didn't have the confidence to do something like this. This is a sign that Hangman has grown confidence. He's the one that challenged Adam Cole and took care of him, told him to take care of his affairs and beat his ass in a Texas death match. And now he comes out and confronts CM Punk after weeks of Punk saying that he's coming after the AEW World Championship. And we got our first tease for the Double or Nothing main event. But first, Jimmy, what was your thoughts on the match here with Dustin and Punk?
I took notes, at least for the opening match.
Wow.
And then I gave up because I was over this fucking show. Punk versus Dustin. Fucking yawn.
That was your notes.
Yeah, well, fucking yawn, slow paced, except nobody gives a fuck. Should have had Punk go over strong if you're going to do it this fucking long.
The crowd was into it. The crowd
I don't give a fuck what those dummies are into. It has nothing to do with me. The show went too long, and it could have been helped by this fucking getting cleaned up here. Instead of running at a breakneck pace, how about we cut 10 minutes off this fucking nonsense, and then we fucking have a nicely paced show. The best part of this match was when the Goldust taunt is hilarious. And number two, Hangman, because it's an actual star on the show standing across from CM. It just looks hilarious, and my man's face sells it. Like, ooh. That's not good.
And then he said,
I apologize to Cody, not only because you're doing great in AEW, WWE apparently, very over, but I thought Dustin getting entirely too much time with television show was your doing. Apparently fucking not. He gets 17 minutes here because this is what do you call it? It wasn't a dream match. What was the word? A bucket list match for fucking who? For him. Oh, okay. Well, then let's take 17 minutes of an action match program so he can bust a nut. I don't give a fuck. I hated this fucking match. In a vacuum, it was fine. Let me be clear. In a vacuum, it was fine. It was all right.
Oh, man. We got Romeo who says, wish this match lasted as long as you described it.
It felt like half an hour. What the fuck is taking so long?
We also got Nick Jackson who says opener went too long, way too long, very mid to me in general. Love the post match with Punk and Hangman. We got EBB who says Punk and Dustin should have main evented, ending the show with their 20-minute match, and that face off with Hangman would have been the way to go. I think really solid match, good selling.
Terrible opinion. I thought we were on the same page with the show.
We got you, my boy Blue, saying Dustin kept saying it was a dream match. It should have been short, like a cage match.
That's funny.
And Romeo adds, Dustin's dream was my nightmare.
Right? Ugh. Can't wait for the payoff. What's going on happening? Is somebody turning? Nope.
We also got the polished gent who says Punk slowed things down after realizing with that botch that he couldn't play the luchador that he played last week. I enjoyed the match. I enjoyed the little difference between this match and last week's opener with Penta. I like Dustin. I like Punk working over the leg of Dustin. It makes sense for how slow Dustin is in the ring to work over his leg and make him sell that. And his selling was great, and his comeback was really good. So I enjoyed this. I thought it was a good opener, but I can understand the people who felt like it went too long.
Ugh. Oh, I want to be nice to this man. I like seeing Punk. He needs to turn heel. I'm already over it. I was over it a couple months ago. And wait a minute. And let's not forget, I'm not sure because the crowd hated this awful match, but when they met up, Hangman and Punk, this was not really a discussion about who was more over in that segment, right? In fact, they were cheering Dustin over Punk. And then
Yeah.
once Hangman came out, I thought it was obviously Hangman. I'm here for it. Let's go. Turn Punk heel, have him cuss him out, and let's go. Please.
There you go. And we got Chase kind of echoing what you said. Happy Punk ain't a mood.
We got it.
The politician agreeing with me though. He says I enjoyed it too. Different styles every week. Yeah, I like the stories being told with these different matches by Punk. You had more of a physically intense match with Dax Harwood. You had him trying to play lucha against Penta, and this was more of like an old school story driven good matchup with Dustin Rhodes. It wasn't mind blowing. It wasn't the best match out of that bunch. It was probably I agree. It was probably the weakest of that bunch, but it was still good match.
I agree. I like the different styles. I don't need 45 minutes of Dustin. I don't. Give me 10 minutes and let's
It was 17 minutes. 17.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you that it was 17 minutes. I'll go 20. I don't believe 17. It's impossible. Nobody's that slow.
Why are you so against old people? Like
I love
Dustin
Punk is old. I love Punk. Thing is old. I don't get to see Sting for 20 minutes.
I just love how frustrated you are. It's quite hilarious.
Not bro.
Oh man, I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree on this opener here. Backstage, we went to Smart Mark Sterling, who informs Wardlow that security will escort him wherever he goes tonight, and he gives a message from MJF. He says, "Eat, little piggy," and Wardlow responds, "Oink oink, bitch." And they put the handcuffs on him, and apparently, Wardlow also has to get change in a closet tonight. But they will get to the match in a little bit, but they never explain how Wardlow, because they said the handcuffs would stay on until he get into the ring. How was he supposed to change into his wrestling gear? I was a little confused by that. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. But any comments on this little short segment here?
That was fucking awesome. I was thoroughly pleased by this. It didn't go 20 minutes. That's always a plus. And number two, and more importantly, it set up like 3 different things in the show. I loved it. I was here for it. It was, and Wardlow's acting. We always comment on it. He's the anti-TK. Just that is exactly how you're supposed to act when that happens. I'm a giant fucking monster. This is a bitch being petty. I'm gonna go with it because I'm here. I'm gonna fuck somebody up, and he's gonna be mad once I'm done. So that's one.
He's a smart monster. He is. Next we had trios action as it was Blackpool Combat Club going up against Dante Martin, Lee Moriarty, and Brock Anderson. The BCC attacks right at the bell. However, Dante Martin uses his agility to keep them on their toes. During the break, the BCC isolates Brock. Anderson hits a spine buster on Moxley and tags into Pittsburgh's own Lee Moriarty. Lee Moriarty had a nice run of offense here. He runs wild on all 3 members of the Blackpool Combat Club. Brian slaps Lee, but he slaps him back. Lee hits a nice arm trap suplex for a 2 count, and then he locks on the Border City stretch. They tag in Dante Martin and Moxley. Dante hits a nice springboard dive on Mox, but when he gets back into the ring, he goes for the nosedive, but Moxley catches him, puts him in a bulldog choke, but then lays in some elbows. All the other members of the 2 teams get in the ring, and then the Blackpool Combat Club go insane with strikes. You get Brian with the stomps to the head on Lee. You get the elbows to the head on Brock Anderson by Wheeler, elbows by Mox, and then Mox finished things up by hitting the high angle paradigm shift on Martin for the win in just over 8 minutes. I thought that this was a fun trios match with the Blackpool Combat Club showing more cohesion with each other as they kind of are blending their different styles together very nicely here. What did you think? And also William Regal on commentary always pops me with, "Hey Jim Ross, hey Tony Schiavone, hey man with the mask." I love that introduction every time he gets on commentary. But what did you think of the match?
Wheeler needs new music and a new Titantron because it looks silly. The match I thought was really good for what it was supposed to be, which is essentially a glorified squash match, which I'm not mad at. It worked out perfect. I like how you pointed out. They appear to be getting more in sync by the week. Last week, there were kind of 3 individuals. This week, there's fucking 3 assassins working together. I love all the BCC gear, by the way. It all looks fantastic.
I gotta get the shirt. I gotta get the shirt for
right?
sure.
And the three of them had on three different. One had hoodie, and the other two had t-shirts that were different. I love the finish, and I gotta be honest, I thought all the opponents were pretty good too. They didn't come out looking awful to me. I thought they looked all right. I love this segment, we'll call it.
They always do very well, even though most of their matches is them running through their opponents. They always make it a point to at least let them get some shine against them. And I thought like Dante Martin looked great, and Lee Moriarty more than anyone on his team. I thought he looked really good, especially being in his hometown. That made sense. And I mean, the only thing I would have changed is one. They should have mentioned where the hell Darius Martin is, because he just came back and now Dante's on his own. And then we got an announcement that he's also going to be in another multi-man match next week without Darius. So I'm wondering if Darius got hurt again.
Isn't he announced for some show? It's him versus somebody. I saw it on Twitter somewhere.
Well, they did AEW Dark, I believe, had the Hardys and Top Flight versus AFO. But I mean,
no, this was where? This week?
Yeah, that was this week.
Oh, well,
yes.
It's over him. We know that Darius Martin can't fly as high as Dante, and when compared to Dante, he also has other differences that may or may not bother Tony Khan. So
he's a little darker.
He's a little, you know what I mean? A little overcooked. He's not a fan. Sorry, brother.
Wait. What? You said overcooked?
A little overcooked. He's like my complexion instead of fucking Gina from Martin.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Overcooked.
Right. I'm sure Tony Khan didn't even notice. I'm sure he's a great guy.
He loves them doggies.
He loves the doggies.
Why do you do this every single week? We went backstage where Adam Cole, Young Bucks, and Red Dragon are here on the Cutler cam, and they actually didn't even make fun of Cutler at first until he actually had to mention them not making fun of him, and then of course Kyle O'Reilly was ready to call him Landon. Kyle O'Reilly tries to give the boys a pep talk, talking about all their recent losses of late. He actually points out that the Young Bucks are not in their usual expensive attire with the expensive shoes and the colorful outfits this week, and they seem kind of melancholy on this occasion. Cole brings up how all their friends are gone, talking about the Young Bucks. Way to just bag on this, but and then he says, as a team, they can't be stopped. So Cole then suggests that we have an Undisputed Elite 10-man open challenge next week on the show, and then he leaves his friends because he has some business to take care of. What did you think about this quick segment here with the Undisputed Elite?
It was all right. Cole is, I'm not sure the word I'm looking for is rather capable when it comes to like playing it up when he's being ridiculous and toning it down when he feels like he's backstage doing like a more somber thing, which I liked. I don't like the Young Bucks in all black because I am very concerned where this could be heading, because we're heading back to the babyface thing, and I don't want to do that. Nick Jackson deserves better than to be a babyface again. He deserves it.
I think they're all right as baby faces because Kenny Omega's coming back. They got to play the baby faces against Cole, O'Reilly, and Fish. Or can we just say that Cole, O'Reilly, and Fish, they make better heels? They're much more hilarious as heels overall than the entirety of the Elite.
See, I don't watch NXT. I don't watch fucking wherever the fuck Cole's from before NXT. So I don't know what they're like as baby faces. I don't know. I do know I've seen the Young Bucks baby faces, and I never want to see that shit again. Ever.
Will you stop?
Nick Jackson's a fantastic heel. That's it. That's the only thing I know I want to keep saying. Everything else, up for debate.
We got in the live chat. MCAS says Jimmy hates Sting too.
No?
You haven't said anything bad about Sting in a while, so I'll give you that. You're off the case there. Wardlow surprisingly so good on the mic from Chase Oliver. We also got Negro Buck saying props to Smart Mark. Man, be working on these shows. Yeah, he has multiple jobs, multiple clients. He's been doing work. Frantic World says, I think Lee might be next to join BCC. I thought we would get a hint of that in the trios match, but we didn't. So I don't know where they're going so far. You, my boy Blue says, Yuda's theme in Titantron looks like it's from NXT 2.0, doubling down on what Jimmy had to say. And Nick Jackson also echoing me saying, yeah, for real, where is Darius?
Yeah, nigga, old boy. Sorry, brother. I don't know what to tell you.
Of course, nigga hole. Gotta mention the nigga hole.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
All right, we're gonna keep it less than last week. I rated this last week. I'm gonna keep it together.
We're like 25 minutes in. You're doing much better than last week. To be fair. I love how people in the chat like call it like MCAS saying Jimmy about to get demonetized.
If that does happen, that'd be something bad, and that won't be my fault. If there's something good happens, I'll take complete credit for that because that's how it works around here, right?
Yeah, we lost ad revenue for putting Texas Deathmatch in our title, so
that's hilarious.
Yeah, that's how YouTube works, ladies and gentlemen. Chase Oliver says, I like the Undisputed Elite storyline. Cole's such an instigator. I will also bring up how he also instigated stuff later on in this show. He was the best part of that segment that we're about to talk about. The Polished Gent says, I thought their name was supposed to be Paragon. Undisputed Elite sounds better, but I could have sworn they were Paragon. No, they copyrighted Paragon, but they never said who it was for. A lot of people kind of speculated putting like point A to point C without having B to offer, and they just was like, oh, they're going to be called Paragon, because that was never what any indication was never that.
It's like the Paragon of Virtue. That sounds horrific. Ugh.
Yeah, that should have been Jericho Appreciation Society if it was going to be a name.
Ooh, that does sound much better, actually.
There you go. And Film Nation BTS says, did you see NXT 2.0? Wow, what a show. If you ask me, you're just talking about the armpits and not the quality of the show.
I've heard it's a good show, though.
It's not. It's not. Don't let people lie to you.
When's the last time you watched it, though? When's the last time you watched it?
My dude, I get paid to watch it, and it's awful. It's a bad show with some good quality sometimes, but this week was one of the worst I've seen since I started getting paid. Since I started getting paid to watch it, it's the worst episode. They had a whole episode with Rick Steiner's kid trying to find someone where they recreated the Hulk Hogan the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior Man in the Mirror skit from WCW. That should tell you the quality of the show. Don't give me that BS. I don't care how many good-looking women is on the show, Film Nation BTS. It's not a good show.
Really hates the show. Fair enough.
No, I hate it this week. I usually can tolerate the show, but this week was very bad in my opinion. But next we had a vignette showing what happened last week with Santam Singh, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Samoa Joe. Lethal talks about Santam Singh using Gresham like a basketball at Battle of the Belts. Samoa Joe says Jay doesn't know his teacher very well and says it's inevitable that he comes for Lethal, with Joe promising violence. And then Singh, in my notes, I said he said something in Punjabi, I believe, and they had the subtitles. I just missed that. Get ready, Joe. Your time is coming.
It's a gigantic motherfucker, boy.
Yes. Well, did you see his second appearance on Battle of the Belts, or with this clips? Did you see it?
Oh, yeah. I did see it. Yes.
He was actually better. He was actually better on Battle of the Belts, to be fair.
I bet if it was good enough, Tony Khan take credit for that. I'm going to push that off on some 30-year-old veteran. No, this was totally my idea. This one, that was mine. This guy.
This guy right here, ladies and gentlemen. What did you think about Tony Khan's statement, blaming it on someone 30 years in the business? We got a chance to talk about it when we were doing some stuff for your channel, and I said from what we got, and also listening to someone like Tempest, who knows a lot about AEW and the 30 years in the business, who celebrated the 30-year anniversary just not too long ago. Chris Jericho? This seems like a Chris Jericho idea for me, and it's usually Tony Khan's MO that whenever Jericho has a bad idea, he always has to let people know that it's Jericho.
That is absolutely correct. That is where my Tony Khan hatred started. Now, I'm no Chris Jericho fan, and I definitely wasn't one back then. But the fact that he threw Chris Jericho under the bus right away on his own podcast, nevertheless, made me sick. And this made me sicker because of these dummies on the internet who are trying to give him a pass, talking about, well, he did take responsibility. If he took responsibility, we would know nothing about the 30-year vet. That would be taking responsibility. It was my idea. This is my idea. I'm the boss. I'm responsible. That one's on me. Full stop. Don't need to discuss fucking nothing else. He threw somebody under the bus, and now we're guessing about who the fuck it is. Is it Jerry Lynn? Apparently not. Is it Chris Jericho? It's some other cocksucker. I hate him so much. I don't even understand how anybody likes this man. He can't book. He's not a team player. He's awful.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I do want to get invited to some media scrums. Just had to point that out.
It should be everybody's thing. Should it not?
I do want to get invited to some media scrums. But next, we had Jimmy's favorite segment of the night. Tony Schiavone introduces the one, the only AEW president, Tony Khan, for the huge announcement. Tony Khan, in my best Tony Khan impersonation. Hey, everybody! Let me bring out the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling, Takari Obari. And he says that we have a huge announcement to get to. Then Adam Cole, luckily, comes in.
Thank you, sir.
It says he's one of the biggest stars to ever compete in Japan, so he will be the one to say this announcement on Sunday, June 26th. AEW, All Elite Wrestling, and New Japan Pro Wrestling will present Forbidden Door at the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. And he also informs us that we will get a preview of this big AEW versus New Japan event this Friday on Rampage, as it will be Adam Cole versus New Japan Pro Wrestling's own Tomohiro Ishii. That should be tremendous. And it's going to be an Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament qualifier. Cole then introduces his friend, none other than Switchblade Jay White, and Jay White comes out and he says that it's not about New Japan Pro Wrestling, it's not about All Elite Wrestling. Switch says that the last time New Japan did something like this, it was he that single-handedly sold out Madison Square Garden. So he says that it's about the Undisputed Elite and the Bullet Club, because it's still our era. What did you think about the announcement? Did it live up to the hype for AEW and New Japan coming together for a joint show on June 26th?
I'm not going to comment whether or not it lived up to the hype, because I'm not the right person to ask, because I don't give a fuck. Everybody was talking. Here comes this guy. Here comes fucking Adam Cole. Well, at least we're stopping Tony Khan talking. That's great. And here comes fucking Switchblade. Wow, he looks smaller than I remember him being the last time he was fucking here. I booed to all of this. Though, but that we skipped over the fucking, you fucking buried the lead. When fucking Jay White's music hit, what did Dummy do? Them niggas in the place. That was his face. That was the face he makes, and he tried to fucking pull it off on TV. I hate him so much. He can't do anything right at all. He can't even act. I don't. But here's the thing. This is hilarious.
Tony Khan is hilarious too.
Not on purpose. He is fucking awful. And Vince might have lost his mind booking wise. It has nothing to do with me. At least he fucking has some entertainment factor as a fucking on-air personality. Tony Khan plasters his name all over the program, has all these dummies mention him, and then he can't even do anything right when he gets there. I hate him so much. I do not think it's possible to hate somebody I don't know this much. You know those idiots who fucking like wonder what the fuck's going on with the Kardashians and fucking I love her so much. I feel the exact opposite way about this person I've also never met, who has no effect on my life, except ruining fucking 2 hours of television for me every fucking Wednesday.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
It should. It should be everybody's fucking opinion. It should be all of us together. This is Power Wrestling fans. We always at each other's throats. We should be combined together. I know you all are fucking worthless, but we should be together in our hatred of this man. We can appreciate what he's done. He brought AEW. I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. It was fucking awful. I appreciate it. But, everything you do turns to shit.
Nick Jackson saying seeing King Switch made the show even better.
Did it?
Yes,
Did it,
absolutely. I'm a big Switchblade fan. I was very happy to see him. I thought the announcement was done well. The less Tony Khan said, the better. I know you didn't want to see him at all, but I like the way they presented it with Adam Cole and Jay White. Because at the end of the day, we all know that if Kenny Omega was healthy, he would have been the one to interrupt Tony Khan and make this announcement. Because he is the central figure of this whole combination between AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So the fact that Cole did it instead of Kenny Omega is little planting of the seeds of this potential Cole versus Omega rivalry. I like the fact that it was Cole that kind of said, oh, I was a big star in Japan. My dude, you was there for like a few months before you went to WWE. Like, you weren't as big of a star as Kenny Omega was in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
That sounds like a reach. This was 10 minutes I didn't need in my program.
It wasn't even 10 minutes long. You're ridiculous.
I disagree.
Your sense of time
Wait a minute.
only off.
Okay, if I was on the live room, I'd fucking go to my DVR. It fucking stunk. It stunk. Let's be honest. Was it more quiet than you thought it was going to be? Are we going to blame the Pittsburgh crowd that they weren't into it? That's what it was. Yes, it's everybody else's fault. Absolutely. Fucking.
We got Annika's not pleased, saying, yay, a pay-per-view I can't get into because AEW will probably nothing to fill in the fans that have no idea what's going on in New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Thank you. What about the rest of us who don't care?
I care. I don't care about y'all. Chase Oliver says, I'm cool with Forbidden Door. Gives New Japan Pro Wrestling a chance to showcased on the States in the biggest stage. It's going to be in front of 20,000 people because that's one of the biggest arenas that they can do it in. We also got Script who says, I bet TK can sell a stunner.
I bet he can if he doesn't do enough too much coke before the fucking program. Other than that, he'll be all right, I suppose.
Annika says that wasn't bad. SP3 talking about my impersonation of Tony Khan. Yeah, we got a big announcement to make. Let me introduce Takari Omori.
You didn't add the fucking sniffs in between words.
I did give him one for he said get out of the nigga hole. Yes, I had to give him one. Had to give him one of the disclaimers for that. We got Frantic World says I need Jimmy to watch NXT Jacket Time promos because that was a Vince idea.
Again, Vince may have lost his mind booking wise, but as an on-air personality, he's never delivered anything that horrific, especially when you weren't given that much to do. All you have to do is
you didn't see him sell a Sunner, to be fair.
He's butchered many.
Yes, exactly.
He's never been good at selling a stunner.
You never seen him sell a stunner at 76, though.
All you have to do is first of all, you write the show. You know what's going to happen. All you have to do is act mildly surprised when the music hits. Mildly. Not shocked like you just saw somebody die. What the fuck is wrong with him? Mildly surprised. That's it. You about to be stabbed, you fucking idiot? Jesus. Like his wife had a black baby.
Wait, what?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
All right, that was okay.
Oh my god.
That was okay.
That was definitely on you. That was ridiculous. Where did that come from?
I don't know. I just
The Polished Jet says, I like the collab with New Japan Pro Wrestling. It reminds me when WCW brought in all the luchadors from Mexico. It should remind you of when WCW was working with New Japan Pro Wrestling and they did Starrcade 1995 that had WCW versus New Japan Pro Wrestling. I have a feeling this will be a better show. Even though that show was really good. Frantic World says, I just want to see GOD versus the Young Bucks or BCC. I think we get GOD versus FTR. That's what I'm going for. Truly Hero Romeo with a good question saying SP3, what is the best New Japan Pro Wrestling crossover show to date? I would say it is the G1 Supercard, slightly above Starrcade 1995, only because G1 Supercard, I can't really say that it's like a real crossover show. The crossover shows I like is when it's one promotion versus the other promotion, where G1 Supercard was one half New Japan, one half ROH. I think this will be more of what a lot of people expected G1 Supercard to be, with AEW versus New Japan up and down the card. Hopefully that's the way they present this match, this show coming up on June 26th. We got Nick Jackson saying it'll be great, but I'm curious to see which New Japan stars are actually going to go over, because they don't seem to go over a lot in AEW. Just saying. We also got Frantic World saying some wrestling fans did not like the AEW New Japan news, but it's so funny when WWE was trying to work with New Japan, the fans thought it was a W.
They didn't actually care about New Japan then. They just fucking like trashing AEW.
Yeah, pretty much. Chase Oliver saying laugh my fucking ass off. Jimmy, he says I'm at my desk trying to hold back my laughter. You get people in trouble at work, Jimmy.
I'm gonna keep it clean for the rest of the show. I promise.
I doubt it. Backstage, we see Jade Cargill, who cuts a promo with Smart Mark Sterling, Red Velvet, and Kara Hogan, and they are now officially a part of the baddie section. She talks trash to Marina Shafir, says that she's going to be the problem solver come this Friday, and she will win. What did you think about this introduction? What seems like a new all-female stable and all African-American females. I'm all for it. Tony Khan for the people. He's for the culture.
Absolutely. He's keeping all the black people together. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. Keep them all fucking bunched up at once. Matter of fact, you know what we should do? Give them their own water fountain and give them their own fucking bathroom.
Seriously?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
All right, starting now.
I'm gonna keep it clean.
Starting now. Starting now. I'm keeping it clean from right now. You know what I would have liked? Some fucking explanation for what happened between Red Velvet and fucking Jade. That would have been cool. Weren't they just exchanging punches every time they get the chance? By the way, somehow Red Velvet, who's 4'2", exchanging punches with fucking Jade, who's 8'6". I don't know how the fuck that works, but whatever. But you know what? We're all together for the culture. Whatever. Jade's awesome, and Smart Mark's awesome. So I'm here for a faction, sure.
Hey, they're baddies. They're the baddie section.
Are they though?
I think all of them are attractive young women.
The three are, yes.
Oh my God, which one? I'm
not gonna say who. Don't try to separate me from the people. We're all together, sisters. I appreciate you.
My lord. I mean, you can't. I'm not even gonna give you a disclaimer for that, because you kept it PG for not mentioning who you thought is not attractive. But moving.
Jade is one of them. I'll say that much.
Huh?
Jade is one of them. I'll say that much.
Jade is always great. I thought it was a good promo, and I'm willing to give it a chance on Friday with her and Marina Shafir. You know, Jade is probably the one I'm watching this for. But next we had Wardlow going one-on-one with the Butcher before the matchup. MJF with Shawn Spears is in the skybox. They also have popcorn, and they're throwing the popcorn on the fans, which was hilarious to me. MJF says that Wardlow will come out to no music, as well as still be handcuffed, and they will let him go for the handcuffs when the match starts. Wardlow makes his entrance, surrounded by security, still handcuffed. This is pretty much a slugfest to start, but Butcher gets the advantage. He gets frustrated, goes to the floor. He starts battering Wardlow on the floor, runs him into the barricade, the apron, the ring post. Back in the ring, Butcher delivers his own powerbomb to a 1 count. Wardlow quickly gets the advantage. He hits the 4 count of the powerbomb symphony, 4 powerbombs, and gets the win in just over 4 minutes. I thought that this was quick yet effective. It was a heavyweight slugfest, a big old hoss fight for the amount of time that they were out there, but Wardlow looked quite impressive getting this win here. Post-match, security once again handcuffed Wardlow and escort him out, while MJF and Spears aren't pleased. What did you think about this matchup here?
I thought, first of all, I love the Butcher. And I'm glad Butcher got a spotlight here. And did he kick out of the fucking power bombs after the 3 count? It looked like that to me.
Yeah, he pulled the Hogan. He pulled the Hogan against Warrior WrestleMania 6.
I can't justify that at all.
Gotta look like a monster. Gotta look like a monster, even though you lost.
Yeah. Wardlow's presentation, by the way, is fucking fantastic. This is weird mix of fucking Goldberg and Kane from fucking 2002, where they have him in the cuffs. He had that black thing over his head. He was bald. I thought it was fucking great. I thought he came across like even more of a star. And I have to congratulate whomever. I guess we'll give him that's hilarious. Never, because then I have to remember what happened on this fucking show.
That's what I'm here for, people. DJ Eric, you trying to make me lose my job on Thursdays? All right, cool.
Yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. I got straight. It was good. The match was fine. It was good for what it needed to be.
That is fair. Yeah, I thought it was very effective for what it was. We got Truly Hero Romeo. Yeah, that's all me in the background with the disclaimers. Romeo's got the day off now. He's got Thursday and Fridays off now, people. We can't overwork him anymore.
I love that.
EBB says MJF watching on gave me a throwback to that first great segment in the same building back in 2019 with Inner Circle and Cody and friends. Great stuff. Wardlow looked yet again amazing.
Long-term booking, same building and long-term booking.
Points to head. It makes sense, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Jackson says pretty good hoss fight between the two, and of course, I need more of those hashtags, people. You need to tag me and Jimmy and Tony Khan. Hashtag push the butcher. Push the butcher. Annika Wilson says, so we need to rehearse shouting, "This is Ward" to chant as Wardlow comes to the ring. That would be great if they started doing that, like how they did the Jericho when the people started singing Judas when he couldn't come out to Judas. If they could just chant, "This is Ward," just keep doing it until he gets to the ring.
He couldn't get a Wardlow chant started. What they were trying to do when he came out, fucking bums. Wrestling fans are awful. I tell you this all the time. Not you guys are great, but fucking these bums in Pittsburgh, awful.
You know, my boy Blue says, and all Jimmy show would have to be called demonetized.
Always.
We also got DJ Eric still saying, please give Jimmy his own show. I promise he won't curse. That is a bold-faced lie. Don't bet on something that you can't. So when we get limited ads, I'm asking you for the money in exchange, DJ Eric. We're upping your Patreon costs. Truly here, Romeo saying, Jimmy Macram channel. Hope you all are subbed. All Jimmy all the time. Slipping Jimmy. So there you go. There you go. You want to see more Jimmy? He's got his own channel, 43,000 subscribers. I got my start on YouTube over there, so check it out. Great stuff. We review Ozark and Moon Knight, so check it out. Good stuff. I don't know what else. What else are you reviewing? You want a quick plug here while we're plugging your stuff?
What else am I reviewing? Justified. Better Call Saul eventually because it's coming back. Apparently, it's back already.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
It was on Tuesday, I believe.
Sorry.
I'm a little behind schedule on these things, you know. Oh man, too funny. We also got some hashtag still push the butcher. Hashtag push the butcher. Yes, give it to me. I will put you on timeout, DJ Eric, if you keep acting. Put you on timeout. CM saying Jimmy and drunk guy JJ with special guests.
That's hilarious.
Jimmy has said he won't do a show with Junk Guy JJ. Rambling Ray says Jimmy Macram starting now.
Hey.
I'm gonna keep it clean. Hashtag that's what she said.
Always. I'm gonna keep it clean. You my boy Blue. Look at this blasphemy already. All right. Jesus. I am enjoying Avatar. I finished it already. It's great. Moon Knight is great. Its first episode was. Better Call Saul, better bring it back. Another psychopath like Marcus. What's wrong with you people? See, this is wrestling fans. As soon as something new comes, they throw the whole thing out. Get rid of that. That's better. Stop it. Just stop.
Moon Knight is great. We watched the first episode. It's up on his channel right now. Great stuff. We also got Frantic World saying, "Are you guys going to watch Snowfall?" I never watched it, so I would be down if you want to. I know. I'm not watching Power 4 with them, ladies and gentlemen. I'm boycotting because they didn't want to watch Book 2. So we can meet in the middle and watch Snowfall together.
Tariq, fucking eyes on the side of his head.
Best of the books. It's the best of the books. Yes, best of the books. You didn't watch it. You wouldn't know.
I ain't seen a fucking hanging either. I know they're not funny.
What?
I know they're not funny.
Why are you comparing Book 2 to a hanging? What is wrong with you? Jesus Christ. Backstage, Eddie Kingston talks about his Rampage match against Daniel Garcia. He says that it will be me and you, partner, and everything that he does to Garcia is what he will do to Jericho. King says that all Garcia's friends and family won't recognize him after Friday, and you're going to reap what you sow. And King says, I don't sow, I just reap. Man, he's an artist.
He's perfect.
He's great.
He is perfect. He should be featured on the show all the time. I don't know why he isn't.
I agree with you there. Next, we had an Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament qualifier, as it was Kyle O'Reilly going one-on-one with the Jungle Boy, and this was Kyle O'Reilly's first AEW singles matchup since he's arrived in the company. The match started off with some jockeying for position with wrist locks. Jungle Boy tries his lucha arm drag, but Kyle O'Reilly reverses into a cross arm breaker on Jungle Boy before the break. Right before the break, actually, Kyle O'Reilly hits a series of butterfly suplex and then a swinging face plant for a 2. Back from break, Jungle Boy makes his comeback. He tosses Kyle O'Reilly to the outside. He hits a crazy tope suicida where he nearly landed on his face. He then follows with a lariat on the floor. Kyle O'Reilly cuts off Jungle Boy with a dragon screw, but Jungle Boy hits a step-up tornado DDT into a guillotine choke. O'Reilly gets an exploder suplex, but Jungle Boy fires back with a lariat for a double down. Jungle Boy hits an overhead belly-to-belly into the corner, but O'Reilly gets an arm bar and puts Jungle Boy on the top rope. Jungle Boy escapes out and ties Kyle O'Reilly into the tree of woe. Jungle Boy hits a sliding drop kick after battering Kyle O'Reilly, and then Jungle Boy misses a sliding lariat after a strike and pinning exchange. Kyle O'Reilly gets an ankle lock, but Jungle Boy reverses it into the snare trap, but he makes it to the rope. O'Reilly hits a superplex. He kicks out of a pinning combination by Jungle Boy, and then he hits a brain buster, turns over Jungle Boy on his stomach, and then follows up with the King Kong knee drop, shades of Toge Maccabee, for the win in just under 13 minutes. I thought this was a nice little styles clash here. I thought it was a really good matchup with Kyle O'Reilly picking up the win. The Canadian moves on in the Owen Hart Foundation tournament, and then post-match, Christian Cage comes down to console Jungle Boy, but he looks slightly disappointed in him. What did you think about this matchup here?
I thought this was really good. I felt like this is what you can do. You don't stretch something out to 20 minutes when it doesn't need to be. And 2 people who can move because they're not 60. This was great. I love them. I love this match. It's my match of the night with relative ease. It was not really difficult at this point in the show. And I was shocked by the result. I'm glad Kyle O'Reilly advanced. I didn't think it was a Canadian thing, but I'm glad he advanced. And I was even more excited when Christian came out. I got a little disappointed when that happened. But that's okay. I'll take some teasing as long as we're back on track to what needs to happen. We actually have a fucking, how old is he? 50? We got a 50-year-old that can fucking wrestle. Have him on the show instead of Dustin. What are we doing here?
Fair enough. I would love Christian versus CM Punk. I don't think we never got a full-fledged matchup of them in WWE, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm for it. Backstage, we have MJF, and he's pissed. He says that Butcher didn't get the job done, but he has plenty of more money where that comes from. MJF says he's a snake, and when he decides his prey, all it takes is one bite, and MJF pays off another steak in Jake Roberts for the services of Lance Archer. Roberts starts cutting a little rant talking about Wardlow's going to have to beg like he was a kid. He says he's here for the money. Hell is for children. And then Archer just comes in, smacks the money out of Jake's hand, and Jake says, oh, man. Archer doesn't care about the money. He just wants to fight Wardlow. What do you think about the tease for next week, as it's going to be Wardlow versus Lance Archer next?
Jake is great, and he was great here. I couldn't understand him towards the end, but in the beginning, in the middle, he was really good. And then Lance Archer came in, and it became a fucking cartoon, as it always does. Fucking boo. Boo.
Everybody dies.
Everybody. We got it. Thank you, stupid. It'd be more impressive if you weren't losing every fucking match you had. Boo. Ugh.
Why do you hate Lance so much? He does all good. He's
fine, but that's just the problem. He's fine. He's just fine.
Next, we had Hook. Hook! Yes, it's time. Hooker stand up. Hook makes his AEW Dynamite debut. Huge pop for Hook here in Pittsburgh. He's got new tan trunks for Hook. You need it. You need to sell those on AEW. Shop AEW right there. Come on, y'all. Smart Mark Sterling and Tony Nese are in the front row to scout, and Hook is going one-on-one with Anthony Henry. He completely mauls Henry, and then Danhausen appears to curse Hook, which, of course, he ignores again. Hook wins with the red rum in about just over a minute. Dominance by Hook once again. And then post-match, Danhausen gets in the ring to a huge pop. Danhausen then challenges Hook, puts his finger on Hook, and then slowly pulls it away, which made me laugh and almost broke Hook. It almost made him laugh and go out of character, but instead he just ignores Danhausen again and walks out. What did you think about the squash and then the post-match here?
Squash is fine. Hook always looks good in these matches. And his presentation, I will give Tony Khan credit, is perfect. Danhausen is goofy. He's an embarrassment to people watching television. But whatever. Let's get this match. Let's get this squash, I hope. And let's move on.
What's your thing against Danhausen? It's like
corny. I hate to say it, so it's corny. It is what it is. Like Orange Cassidy's goofy, but I've never found him like corny. Danhausen's corny. Thank you for the fucking thing at the beginning of the show, but whatever that's called. We call that a stinger, a teaser where he's doing true heel heat.
A drop.
Yeah, a drop. Thank you. But it's corny. It is what it is. Sorry, sir. My thoughts are my own. It is what it is.
This is true. Truly here, Romeo says, talking about O'Reilly versus Jungle Boy, shorter than Punk Rhodes. Thanks, Tony. Nick Jackson says, really enjoyed that match. Frantic World says the match was good. Script talking about the Jake Roberts promo, saying Jake is still a great promo. Frantic World said that promo got dark real quick. Yes, it did. It definitely did.
It does that from time to time.
Film Nation BTS saying Hook. Annika saying, I feel like they told Archer if Jake starts rambling, just jump in and threaten death. Might be on to something. Script saying Hook's hair is getting too big. No, it's a thing of its own. It's like a tree just growing at its full potential. We also had Kid Get Money who says, why was Jake the Snake so sweaty? Was he doing coke with Tony Khan again?
Jake has actual fucking. Does he have an addiction problem?
Yes. Don't joke about that type of stuff. Come on. Come on.
That fucking cokehead.
What?
With that fucking cokehead.
Jesus Christ, you were going.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
We didn't even talk about his shitty Harlem drug dealer jacket he was wearing.
Shitty Harlem drug dealer jacket. Nick Jackson saying Hook is money. You my boy Blue says love that Danhausen. Kid Get Money says I don't get Danhausen. Randall says I love that Danhausen.
Pretend like they do, they don't. They also hate it, but they want to be fucking different because that's how wrestling fans are. They make me sick.
We also got Film Nation BTS says Danhausen is interesting. We got Frantic World says he's very nice, very evil. Jimmy, come on.
That's funny as an explanation. He's very nice. That's what's going. Oh, I get it.
It's just an overarching excuse.
Yes.
He's very nice, very evil. Nick Jackson saying Jake is clean, sir.
Nice.
Oh, we got you, my boy Blue, saying Hook's hair makes him look like he's trying to go super tank. Might be on to something there. Backstage, we go to what they should have just said was Frankie Kazarian having an interview, but Excalibur gives away the whole hook to this whole segment by saying, "Oh, we're gonna go backstage to Frankie Kazarian and Scorpio Sky." So we have Frankie Kazarian first. He's about to challenge Sammy Guevara while being interviewed by Tony Schiavone, but then Scorpio Sky interrupts. They go over their history and SCU becoming the first AEW World Tag Team Champions. Sky calling Kazarian and helping, really ignite his career when they were in ROH together. Sky asks Kaz for one more favor because he wants to challenge Sammy and offers Kaz the first shot afterwards. Kazarian says he's always had his back and always will. They give the SCU handshake, but he doesn't seem pleased when Sky walks off. And I said this would have been nearly perfect if Excalibur didn't tell us Sky was showing up.
Yes, that did butcher it. But I thought it was great. I got to be honest. That was the best I've ever seen Scorpio Sky appear when he's talking. He felt genuine. He felt like a babyface. He felt like a good dude.
That felt like a babyface turn before he even came out for the segment that I thought this segment was the best segment to involve these characters in quite some time, which we're going to get into. But after this segment, we got a quick little vignette and promo from Thunder Rosa talking about her win at Battle of the Belts over Nyla Rose. She says one defense down, and now it's time to go double or nothing. Jimmy, who do you think is going to be the next challenger at the pay-per-view for Thunder Rosa?
Gotta be honest, I haven't the faintest idea, and I don't think I particularly give a fuck. Why do they continue? Why do they I keep saying they. Yeah, fucking Tony Khan, a 30-year-old vet. Why does Tony Khan continue to book Thunder Rosa down? You should be booking them up because she's the women's champion. I mean, explanation. She should be important. She felt like an afterthought. I'm gonna give her a pass on this show though, because we had the return of Britt Baker, who proceeded to do what Tony Khan's been doing, and that's buried in the division. But this was fine. She looked good in there. She always looks good. Always. She's fantastic.
Yeah, whatever amount of time they give her, she always looks good, but I do agree they need to make their champions the focal points of these shows. I think that the talent roster has gotten so out of hand that he doesn't realize that his champions seem like the third and fourth most important thing in their individual divisions, let alone in the whole entire show. It's kind of ridiculous at this point, but it's going to be a constant complaint that we say on the show until they fix it. But I'm going to say Serena Deeb gets the win next week, and she's the challenger. Since she's not in the Owen Hart Memorial Tournament, give me Deeb versus Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing.
Oh, my God. Fucks yes. Shame Deeb's got to take the loss, but fucks yes.
I agree. Next we had Sammy Guevara and Ty Conti are in the ring. Sammy says he feels on top of the world as a 3-time TNT champion, and with the love of his life, they are going over the top with the PDA. Huge boos for Sammy and Ty. Sammy says this is for all the fans that have stuck with them, but he says for all the fans who turned on them, they only have 2 words for them: be mad. This leads to Scorpio Sky, Ethan Page, and Dan Lambert interrupting. Sky cuts a really good promo here. It says it's not screw us, it's screw you. And then Ethan Page has an even better promo. Huge pop for All Ego. As soon as he touched the mic, he's pissed and says the only reason that the men of the year aren't in the ring putting 12 staples in his head is because Dynamite Dan, which I love that name, has a plan. And Lambert says, this is the best. I didn't know that the key to letting me like Dan Lambert was turning him babyface. Because Lambert says Sammy is the perfect example of what's wrong with the youth. He said his grandfather always told them that the youth get braggadocious, and he says that Sammy acts like some high school douchebag who can't keep his tongue out of his girlfriend's mouth. And Dan says that Sammy can either give Scorpio his rematch, or the men of the year will give you two the type of pounding that your girlfriend dreams about. What a lie. I'm sorry, but what a line! It's because he's a baby face now. That's what
I love that. It's not misogynistic anymore.
Sammy says if they get their mixed tag, well, first he says he doesn't give a crap about Dan Lambert's grandfather. He then says that if they get their mixed tag team match with Paige Van Sant, then Sky can get his rematch, Men of the Year, and Lambert accept. And then Sammy says next week it's a ladder match. So we got Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara in the match that Sammy won his second TNT championship in, a ladder match. What did you think about this exchange here?
This was a lot. All right, hold on. Okay, so Sammy and Tay are playing heels, kind of, sort of. Though we do still appreciate people cheering us for whatever reason. Because we don't want to all the way turn. I don't know. Whatever. It's not important. Anyway, Sammy's dressed like a douche. His wife is dressed. His girlfriend's dressed. Whatever the female equivalent of that is. And I did enjoy most of that because it felt gross. I gotta be honest. It made me sick. Thank you, sir. I do what I can. Ethan Page, you remember those Key and Peele sketches where fucking Obama had an anger translator? That's what Ethan Page is for Scorpio Sky. He's his anger translator because whenever he gets the microphone, he just starts yelling like a psychopath, and I'm here for it. As for Dan Lambert, okay. Listen, I like Dan Lambert on the microphone, even as a babyface, which I didn't think I would. But we can't be condoning fucking misogynistic things here. We trashed Chris Jericho when he used to do it. Now we're going to give Dan Lambert a pass because he's a babyface now? That's not how that's supposed to work. In fact, you're a babyface, so do less of that. I don't know what they're trying to do here, but if it ends up with Dan Lambert turning on them, I'd find it hilarious, to be honest.
That would make sense. And Romeo, you didn't specify what I said. I said they didn't really go face each other in WWE. They faced 3 times for a total of the amount of time we got Dustin versus Punk. Give me the 17-minute match between Punk and Christian. No. Yes, give me a 17-minute match between Punk and Christian. I will love it. You, my boy Blue, saying love Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page. The Polished Gen saying love that Kaz and Sky are still homies. Frantic World says Sky needs to be a babyface and get SCU back together.
No to the rest of that. No, we did a good job getting him out of there. We just did a bad job at turning him to this fucking shitty cool heel, which he isn't. No, fucking babyface. Scorpio Sky as a shooter who fucks people up. I'm here for it.
And EBB, I said, he's saying at least Hangman is there every week. Don't compare Hangman to the shit women's division. No, it's the same thing. In the singles division, can you really tell me that Hangman is the most important person? No, he's not. No, he's not. He did not get the same amount of time as even the TNT champion on this damn show. So CM Punk is ahead of him. Bryan Danielson, when he's on his own, is ahead of him. Jon Moxley is ahead of him. Chris Jericho on his own is ahead of him. Eddie Kingston by just him mixing it up with those people is ahead of him. And then you get Hangman. Like, no, Hangman is in the same pretty much shit position that Thunder Rosa is. It's just the overall women's division is much worse. So yes, I am comparing Thunder Rosa and Hangman Page's position in their individual divisions.
That is the comparison. The comparison is not Hangman to the women's division, it's Hangman to Thunder Rosa. It's like saying this guy's a champion over here, this guy's a champion over here. Oh, it's a much bigger place. Not important. I'm talking about who's this. This is the comparison.
Exactly. Thank you. We also got Nick Jackson agreeing with me. Please give me Rosa versus Deeb. You, my boy Blue, saying give me BCC in the crowd watching Deeb. I mean, I want them to. What happened?
Maybe just Regal. I don't know if I want fucking Moxley sitting still for half a second.
I don't think he can. That's against his sobriety. Nick Jackson is saying Ethan Page is the fucking man. Yes. Yeah. You need to push Ethan Page. He is a star, Randall says. CM says, made freaking Dan Lambert a babyface. That's how bad Sammy and Ty are. That Dan Lambert is a babyface.
Did you like them as heels, by the way? We know we prefer them as heels, but did you like them as heels?
What, Sammy and Ty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I prefer them. I like them. Like
them? Right.
Yeah, I like them because he was over the top douchey. He had the jacket. He did the over the top PDA, so it worked. It worked for me.
I agree.
EBB says I can imagine Dan Lambert just became a favorite of Jimmy's now.
Not quite. Yeah.
Getting there. He's getting there. He's in a much better position than he was maybe a week ago, I guess.
I'll see.
Chair Relax making a good point. Too many ladder matches. I mean, ladder matches and Texas Death matches. They're running that tally up very quickly.
Yeah, gotta pop that rating. So we have an excuse for our bad booking.
We got Script who says this is awful, but every time Conti bites her tongue, I just want to uppercut her. Wow.
I was gonna say but I disagree. She seems sweet to me.
She does. She just has a very scummy boyfriend. And Bro says, Sammy never worked for me as a babyface, so this is a welcome change.
He certainly fucking does not work as a babyface. That shit was a horrific idea. But he does flips. Who gives a fuck?
He's flippy, ladies and gentlemen. Next, we had a vignette with the House of Black. They say that next week the sun will die. Very cryptic, but I believe they were talking about Fuego del Sol. Still talking about Fuego del Sol. Now, I know a lot of people I've heard from my good colleague on the Believe in Pro Wrestling podcast. Some people have been saying Andrade is not getting the best push. Andrade's push is significantly better than Malachi Black. I mean, at least Andrade has been feuding with Sting, the Hardys, Darby Allin, established stars. So by just him, going at it with them and he's actually getting wins over them, he looks like a bigger star than he did when he originally came to AEW a year ago. But where Malachi Black was at the end of the Cody feud compared to where he is now, yes, the House of Black is bigger. You got Brody King, you got Buddy Matthews there, but they have not done justice to this stable or to Malachi Black in what feels like a few months now. What about you, Jimmy?
Perfectly said. This is fucking gross. I don't know who he pissed off. I know the Cody feud didn't leave me in the best position because Cody never leaves anybody in the best position. It is what it is. But we should really have moved on from Fuego. I don't understand what we're doing here. Unless he's going to join the group, which I still don't care, but at least that'll make sense. I don't know what we're doing. What are we doing?
I hope to God he joins the group, or I hope to God that next week when whatever they do, he joins the group and Julia Hart joins the group. And then I'll be like, okay, you made it good for a week again, but you have to do something again after that. This is like the issue with, like, I think it's similar issues what you have with like Red Dragon and Adam Cole that you talked about last week, where I'm okay because I see the light at the end of the tunnel is Kenny Omega coming back. With the House of Black, it's a similar position, but their light at the end of the tunnel is Phoenix. But I hear that Phoenix is ready to come back, but I'm not seeing any indication that that's the feud that we're going to, because they seem so enamored with Fuego del Sol at this point.
It's so weird. You know what it is? I don't think we've gotten a mission statement from the House of Black yet. What their actual overall goal is. Do they want belts? Do they want to crush the company? What do we want to actually do? I need to figure that out, please.
Yeah. I feel like I said when you made your complaint about, Undisputed Elite, I said at least they've been doing stuff. They've been in main feuds, they've been in title matches, and they're still sowing the seeds of what's going on with them and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega when he comes back, how he's going to feel about all the changes that Adam Cole has made. There's a lot of stuff going on there, but there's just not a lot of plates moving when it comes to the House of Black, and that's my issue there.
Okay.
But next, one of Jimmy's favorite parts of the night, the return of Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, versus Danielle Camella. And Dr. DMD has a huge pop, huge ovation in her hometown. And she actually comes out with two of the Pittsburgh Steelers players, Najee Harris and Pat F. I'm not pronouncing that. Britt gets the early advantage, but Camilla gains control during the commercial. After Camilla uses the terrible towel on Baker, she makes her comeback with hard strikes and the sling blade. Baker hits a neck breaker and then the curb stomp before getting the Pittsburgh Steeler glove, putting it on, locking on the lockjaw, and gets the submission victory to move on to the Owen Hart Foundation Women's Tournament. Solid bout for what it was. It was short, sweet, to the point. Britt Baker playing 100% of babyface here up until her post-match promo. Post-match, Baker talks trash about pretty much the entire women's division. She left out Thunder Rosa, thankfully. Ruby Soho, she says, looks like a redhead little rascal. Toni Storm says she has to first Jamie Hayter in the Owen Hart Cup, saying that if you thought cake in the face was bad, wait until Hayter wipes her face in the mat and she'll want to leave this company too. That's got the oohs and ahs from the fans. Baker brings up Jade Cargill, calling Pittsburgh ugly, but says that she now has Red Velvet as the newest member of the baddie section, but yet she can't hold a candle to Britt Baker, and she will do the same thing that she did to Velvet last time they were in Pittsburgh if they meet in the Owen Hart Cup. And then Najee Harris, for some reason, gets the live mic. He notices that it's going off, and he says shit on national television. So what did you think about Britt Baker's return here and her post-match promo?
I love Go Bigger. You know this. That's why I call it Go Bigger. That's how that works. That aside, match was fine. Her return was fine. I could have did a little bit more build-up, but whatever. The promo afterwards. Listen, I love Go Bigger, but this is not the time. It's not her fault. This is not the time to be burying the women's division. This ain't it. If it was doing well, then yeah, you come in, you just feel like an asshole, trashing women who are doing well. Instead, they've all been buried for the last 4 weeks. So you come in and further dumping on them does not help at all. And this is why she should turn babyface. So after watching this, I went, that hurt my feelings, number one. And number two, I feel like I've heard that promo already 3 or 4 times at this point, except it was good then because you were the champ, who was just an asshole. Now you just feel like you're saying what we already know, which is they don't give a fuck about these. That's sad. It was sad. They're about ready. I keep saying they. There is no they. He told me it wasn't they. It's him, right? So Tony Khan's about to ruin the only good thing in this division. Sadly. And you know what? You say she didn't mention Thunder Rosa, but he did start off. She did start off with it's nice to have a woman who can talk now. Or whatever the fuck she said.
Yeah, that seemed like a sub, like a Jay-Z sub at Thunder Rosa.
Tony Khan is a disgrace. I'm sorry. That's what it is. It is what it is. How about we not do the promo at all? We're already short on the time. Let's not do the promo at all.
Hey, we can't shorten the women's time. Come on. They don't get enough. They don't get enough time to begin with. We can't.
How about we give it to fucking Demon Sheeta, who fucking got some video package to remind us that they've been gone for 3 weeks. Ugh.
Well, people are happy to see DMD back.
He's a creep. Sorry, sir. Yeah,
woo, DMD. Annika says CHK like, hush, Baker. They can't know the only woman I like is you.
Right? What do you know what? Never mind.
We got Bro who says really could have done without Britt burying the women's division as if the booking didn't do that well enough. That's fair. That's fair. Will T says, I'm about over Britt Baker. The act feels overexposed and stale to me. I feel like this is the end of her heel run. I think that I think it was Kid Get Money or someone in the live chat, you could tell me once again who it was, suggested that it's Baker versus Storm in the finals here. So I think that her mention of Storm is leading to that match happening in the finals of the Owen Hart Memorial Cup at Double or Nothing. And then after that, Britt can officially turn heel and maybe feud with Hayter, and maybe the tease of her mentioning Jade Cargill is leading to that being a TBS title matchup.
They gave her the belt 2 months too late. They took the belt away from her 2 months too late, and now they're gonna turn her face 2 months too late. What the fuck? This isn't even fucking rocket science. He stinks.
Nick Jackson says it was just nice to see Britt back. I agree there. We also got Frantic World who says Britt should go babyface. Yeah, I think we're all saying that same thing.
This was the perfect time to do it. She's in her hometown. She's gonna get cheered regardless. She could have just fucking went with it. But now, dummies gotta fucking overthink it. How about we have her bury the division instead? I guess the thing I wanted to say. Right now, Britt, say this.
I do like the women involved in the Owen Hart Cup so far. The women that have qualified: Sheeta, Storm, Velvet, Soho, Hayter, and Baker. There's a nice collection of talent. What do you think?
The division. What do you mean? There's no need for these qualifying matches. Just put the division fucking 1 through 8 or whatever the fuck. It's not even complicated.
1 through 8. There you go.
Statlander.
Yeah, Statlander needs to advance as well. I think this is going to be an 8-person tournament, it seems like. So they need 2 more. Put in Statlander. Maybe Hirsch was supposed to be in this before she got injured. And maybe it's going to be Deeb. I don't know. Maybe in the tournament as well. But next we had Serena Deeb and Hikaru Shida vignette. Deeb and Shida hyped that their feud started in Philly just last year. And Serena challenges She next week to a Philadelphia street fight back in Philadelphia. What did you think about this little short vignette here to hype next week?
Deeb looks great. I love her slamming on the track. It's a great visual. And I still don't like Sheeta's promos at all. Though I do love the look. She looks like a badass. And I'm here for this match, even though it's been missing. This feud's been missing for fucking weeks at this point. It makes me sad. If only they were born with dicks. What a shame.
You were going so well. I think this
words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Nearly a record for you. You went about like 40 minutes without that warning. You're doing well. You cut down tremendously since you said I'm gonna stop here. Next, Excalibur almost broke a lung going through the lineup for Rampage as well as next week's Dynamite, and in the middle of his auctioneer, we got the announcement of this match, Jimmy. Dax Harwood versus Cash Wheeler in an Owen Hart Foundation men's tournament qualifier. What's your thoughts?
I'm very concerned about how they're going to play that one out. That aside, I'm definitely looking forward to the match. It's going to be a great match. It feels very Brett versus Owen to me, which is a nice little, the first one, obviously. I'm here for it.
Hey, no Brett versus Owen match was bad. They all had great matches.
Oh, yes. They were all great. But this feels like the family-friendly one that they were going to have.
This is one where I hope they goes to a time limit draw and both guys advance.
Oh, it's 20 minutes?
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Though I expect a Brett Owen finish. I had to guess.
Victory roll for the win by Dax.
I think Cash didn't win. I think we've all established that Dax is the superior of the group. Therefore, he'll probably get Cash to win.
The only reason I say Dax is because that's the one I want to see against like more people that are already in the tournament. I would love to see Dax versus Samoa Joe.
Oh my God. That'd be fucking awesome.
Or Dax versus Kyle O'Reilly after what we saw from O'Reilly on this matchup. I think that he would mix it up very well with the physical style of Dax Harwood.
This is true. Fair enough.
A couple of comments we could feature here before we get to the main event. We got Annika saying, drop that beat with the disclaimer. That's what I need people to say. That's the cue for me to put this disclaimer up is drop that beat. Drop that beat. We got Truly Hill Romeo who says yawn if Deeb wins the Owens.
Hey, Deeb too?
He hates on Deeb. He hates on Willie Yuta. It's like, damn,
Deeb
man.
is the fourth best person in the division.
You see, you're lucky on the same channel as Romeo, Jimmy. So some of the people that you hate, I can understand a lot more than the people that Romeo hates.
Arena Deeb of all people. Good Lord.
He's ridiculous. Frantic World says she'd have been having matches in Japan.
That's nothing to do with me. As the booker of the show, you should know she's not going to be there for 3 weeks. Maybe we should pick the feed back up right then and now. You dope. Not you. Dummy.
Negro Buck says, bro, Dax and versus Cash is going to be a banger. I agree. Will T says, what exactly is the stakes for this Owen Hart tournament? Doesn't need to have stakes. They used to have what? Doesn't need to have stakes. It's for the honor of becoming the first winner of the Owen Hart. The honor of becoming the first winner of the Owen. What do we need stakes for? What?
It's a wrestling show.
It's Owen Hart. It's Owen Hart, goddammit.
Games just to play basketball.
It's Owen Hart, goddammit. Romeo says a draw should get you both eliminated, not advancing. Hey,
agreed.
This is my tournament. It's just my tournament in my head, not y'all. We got Nico Buck who says Samoa Joe and Kyle O'Reilly are firsting off in the first round. No, they're not. They just showed the two people that have advanced in the men's tournament. I heard someone else say that, and that's actually false. They never said that they are firsting in the first round.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Ugh.
And the polish just gets it. The stakes are the Owen Hart Cup.
Oh my god, the Owen Hart. Oh, I got this shiny new cup as I go back to the. Oh.
And Frantic Rail saying, I would love to see Bret Hart come out to watch Dax versus Cash. Yes, give me that. Give me that. ASAP. No Rocky.
I wouldn't be mad at that. I suspect he'll just be presenting the cup to the winner.
And of course, Film Nation BTS doesn't like good things. So he says, Dax versus Cash. What? No, they were a tag team. Come on, TK. What the what?
I gotta be honest. That was my original thought too. I calmed down afterwards though.
No. It basically Cash, I think it was Cash or Dax. They kind of said it on Twitter that it's for the first and last time. It's only for this Owen Hart Cup while they're going at it. And this was probably their idea more than TK's.
First of all, I'm the owner. I'm the booker. What did he put at the bottom of Cody's leaving? It said
the CEO, the booker, the president.
What a cunt! Oh my! I had a point. I'm totally losing it. Fuck! Oh, what a cunt! I hate him so much. Oh, right. It's his job. It's his idea.
Jesus Christ!
Stop it.
You were doing so well.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
If you thought that was bad, you're not like what I did right now. One of the greatest wrestlers ever? Yeah, top, I don't know, 50?
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
I'm not giving him the Tupac bump. I'm not giving him the Biggie bump.
My God.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. What is he top? Let me hear you from you. Top what?
He's one of the best in-ring workers of all time.
Ask you all that.
Of all time.
What?
Of all time. He's one of the best in-ring workers of all time.
In ring? Yeah, sure. Yeah. Top 30.
Top 30? Top 20. I'll give it 20. Top 20.
And we're not doing fucking in ring. We're talking about, when you say wrestlers, you're talking about all encompassing.
I'm guessing he meant in-ring workers. Yeah, I'm not gonna put him in the greatest wrestlers overall, but in-ring workers, he's one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah, in ring, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Whatever you say.
Script says TK will probably raise the stakes before the finals of the Owen Cup, maybe a title shot or something else.
Too late for it. No.
We got Trilio Robio saying Owen goes through the clouds and smiles at you if you. Oh my God. Nick Jackson saying hit that beat. He also says top 20 easily.
Again, we're talking in ring. First, it's not easily, so knock it off. And number two, there's an argument to be made, I suppose. But that's not what we're talking about wrestlers. We're talking about wrestlers. Hogan would have to be in your top, whatever the fuck, because it's all encompassing.
Will T saying I loved Owen, but top 20, not top 50, top 100, sure.
First of all, don't say I loved Owen and then say top 100. Sure.
Exactly. Knock it off. Frantic World saying Owen is the best wrestler, Jimmy. He is top 10.
You're trolling me. Stop it. I don't love Owen. I like Owen. Top 10, even in ring, knock it all the way off.
Give him that Tupac bump. Next, we had the main event of the show, Darby Allin versus Andrade El Idolo in a coffin match. Darby uses the skateboard at the start, and then Blade and Mark Quinn interfere since there's no disqualification. Then they fight into the crowd where a man with a Sting mask is just standing there randomly with the sign. Mark Quinn comes up to the fan and rips it out, and Sting did it again. He did it again, Jimmy. He disguised himself as Sting with the hat this time. That popped me so much. I can't describe to you how much it popped me. Sting takes out Mark Quinn and Blade in the crowd as Darby and Andrade are also fighting in the crowd. Sting no-sells a steel chair shot from Mark Quinn, knocks him off the balcony, and then he gets higher up on the balcony, and this maniac at 62 years of age, 63, I believe at this point, does a dive out the balcony onto AFO. This leaves Darby and Andrade to fight it out alone. Back from the break, Darby threw a chair at a charging Andrade, and then he hits a code red. Allin follows with the coffin drop off the top to the floor, but Andrade catches him and gives him a German suplex. The coffin is covered in thumbtacks designed by Darby. He even stops Andrade from closing the coffin on him by using his arm and hurting himself in the process. Andrade then tosses Darby onto the ramp with a suplex, then tosses Darby with another suplex on a steel platform. Andrade tries to destroy the coffin, then picks up Allin for a powerbomb off the apron, but Darby reverses into a stunner on the top rope. Allin follows with his deadly suicide dive, driving Andrade into the coffin. Jose comes out and tries to make the save for Andrade, but he gets backdrop into the thumbtack lid, and then Darby slams the thumbtack lid on Andrade to get the victory here. I thought that this was physically intense. It was a crazy brawl that went throughout, fast pace, but it was very short. It felt very short overall, and the finish felt anticlimactic compared to the first coffin match that we saw with All Ego and Darby Allin. Post-match, Sting comes out to congratulate Darby, and the Hardys come out on stage to do the delete sign for Andrade being in the coffin. What did you think about the main event here?
I could have done with the Hardys in this fucking entirety. I'm not entirely sure why the fuck that was necessary. Boo. Why? Because Matt Hardy and Andrade are part of the. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? It just felt stupid. We're not gonna pop a rating. It just. I hated that part. Match was fine. It was a mess because I assumed it was short on time, so they were just fucking cutting spots. I liked it though. I must say I like Andrade in almost everything he does, except I'll be nice. I like Andrade in almost everything he does in the ring. And Darby was great. I didn't get the trying to break the coffins thing.
Me either.
Did not work?
I guess not.
And to me, why was the thumbtacks painted black? It ruined the effect for me. Like it just looks like it's bumps on it or whatever the fuck. But this worked. This worked for the most part. Sting is hilarious. I think at this point, has he run through all of his outside of repelling? Has he run through all of his WWE greatest hits? Because we've seen that multiple Stings, we've seen the fucking Sting, we've seen almost all of them. Are we done?
No, we're gonna still see some more Sting. I love Sting. You will not ruin Sting for me, sir.
I like Sting, but like, why do we pretend like this is fucking? Why do we pretend like this is great shit here? We've seen all of these things before.
Hey, nostalgia is a funny thing. It pops you at just the right time when it's well timed. And this was well timed because he had on a backwards cap. He had on a backwards cap. It wasn't very sexual. It was hilarious to me.
This was fun. I wish we got some build up to it. Like maybe a video package on this whole fucking feud. This could be the last thing.
It's like they heard us the first time they did this match, but didn't do it for the blow off here.
He's an idiot. It is what it is. Stop booking 7 matches on the show.
I agree.
You only have 2 hours. Why are you booking 7 matches? If one was going to go 20 minutes, I don't understand.
And when you have in-ring promos on the show, it doesn't make sense to do 7 matches. Give us 6 matches, move one of those matches to Rampage, and I think this show, you would have had time to give us a little video package for the main event and to let stuff breathe, like announcing a damn ladder match for next week where Sammy had to say it during the fucking music, and Excalibur can go through all the matches without just having one single breath before the main event.
That's very impressive, but he shouldn't be asked to do that on a weekly basis. It's fucking preposterous.
It is. Uh-oh, running. Here comes the running. I knew it was coming. Say hi to the people. Don't look at your mom. Say hi. Say hi to Uncle Jimmy. No? Okay. She made a run in. She showed her face. And then she'll talk in the background. We got Annika who says Darby showing off his swag by winning and still keeping his jacket on.
It is a cool look. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That was I like it. That was like a street fight kind of look, like we had Paige and Cole with their street fight gear. We got Polished Gent who says no sell Sting, face reveal Sting, splash Sting, repelling from above Sting, bat Sting. So we've had everything except for repelling from above Sting, but please don't repel from above.
No,
So,
that's not during your own heart. I'm just saying we don't.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Like in the last like 30 minutes, you tried to catch up from last week.
Just saying it's a bad idea during. That's all I'm saying.
Dick Jackson says, yeah, I agree. 6 matches should be the maximum, even just 5 if you have certain special segments, promos, and contract signings. Like last week was okay because they really focused on in-ring stuff. This week, when you have the Sammy promo, when you have promos backstage, when you have the announcement and stuff, you don't need 7 matches. That's just overkill.
At all. Or, no, we can have 7. But if we cut the opening match in half because it was entirely too long and bored the shit out of me, it'll be great.
We got Annika saying, there's our dose of Harlem Heat. We also got Nick Jackson saying, Princess Harlem. Frantic World, I believe Raw usually has about 7 to 8 matches, and they have an extra hour. So, there you
Jesus.
go. Yes. Script saying, Jimmy.
I was trying to be good. That was good. I'm saying the reason not to do it is because of this. It's a positive thing.
We got Nick Jackson saying, damn, 11, I am high. So it's Jimmy. He's high on this count. Annika saying, drop that beat. Drop that beat, Jimmy. And then Kid Get Money saying, damn, Jimmy, not during the Owen Cup. But he's right, though.
Don't do it. You shouldn't do it at all. You doubly shouldn't do it now.
All right, but that brings us to a close on this edition of AEW Dynamite. So, Jimmy, it's the moment of truth. Let's put our thumbs in the middle for the April 20th, 2022 edition of AEW Dynamite from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In 3, 2, 1. Wow, even with all the complaints, we still get a thumbs up out of 10. What did you give the show, Jimmy?
6.5? Maybe? Yeah. Sure. 6.5.
I'm gonna give it the same as I gave it last week, 7.5. There wasn't any glaring bad segment like it was last week, and we just still have the same issue with the women's division. I'll repeat, just care more about the women's division. We got
more, sir. That's not how that works.
We got more women's segments, but we didn't have the same amount of care. Like I said, it's not about having 2 women's matches. It's about just showing more effort in the women's segments that we do have, and we still haven't got that. I need them next week to establish who's next in line to verse Thunder Rosa at Double or Nothing. I need them to show more devotion and give a longer time to the women's Owen Cup as well. They better give over 10 minutes to this Philadelphia street fight between Sheeta and Deeb, or I'll go on another Thunder Rosa rant that I did the week after she won the title. If that doesn't happen,
I need it built throughout the night. That's all I need. I don't care how long it goes, but I need a video package at least, and maybe a deep promo.
We got some breaking NBA news. Booker is out for 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh shit,
that's bad. That's not bad for this round. I think they still have enough to beat the New Orleans Pelicans. They're probably going to beat them in 6 or 7, which is good for me because I have a bet. Someone betted me that the Suns would not have more than 4 wins before they get to the NBA Finals. I'm already looking great there. But the Middleton injury is huge. And the way the Bulls played last night, this might be a 7-game series now.
Yes, that is horrific. That is wrong place, wrong time. To be fair, Middleton been crap this whole series. It's been 2 matches, but still. Bulls could be dangerous. They were number 1 seed for a lot of the year. This could be a whole issue. I don't be mad. I want. I don't know what I want.
But to be fair to the Bulls, their coaches, Billy Donovan, he'll probably choke still. Kid Get Money says he gives it a 7.5. Nick Negro Buck gives it 7.5 out of 10.
Please.
Annika says 7 out of 10. It was a height. We got Will T says, I apologize for Tony booking match placement because he gets his candy from me.
That's why he be running through the show, huh? Fair enough.
And we got Frantic World with 7 out of 10. Jimmy, match of the night for this episode.
O'Reilly and Jungle Boy with relative ease for me. With relative ease.
I'm going to have to agree with you. I wanted to give it match of the night with the opener just to piss Jimmy off, but I'll be fair and I'll say Jungle Boy and Kyle O'Reilly, they get it on their own. MVP on this episode, Jimmy.
Fucking Jesus. Wardlow, who's great.
I didn't expect that. Who am I going to give the MVP of this episode? I don't know. I'm going to give it to Scorpio Sky because this baby face turn is he's the one that's being helped the most from this double turn that they're doing. I'm actually rooting for him to win the ladder match next week and just make Sammy's reign incredibly short for no reason. So that's what I'm going with. I'm going with Scorpio Sky. I'll go with co-MVP, Scorpio Sky. And like I said, I enjoyed the opener, so I'll go with CM Punk, co-MVP with Scorpio Sky.
Hey.
LVP, Jimmy.
Fucking, I should give the CM Punk just for that. I'm never gonna give it to Go Bigger. That's never gonna happen. I'll give it to TK because he deserves it.
Like Andrew said, TK only worried about that blow, not women's wrestling. Sorry, not sorry.
Agreed. Fucking gross. And it's terrible acting. Oh, I totally forgot about that segment. Oh, it's easily TK. Oh, easily. What am I thinking about? Oh,
yeah.
It's terrible fucking acting. His shitting on the women's division. TK.
We got a huge announcement. We got a huge announcement. Let me introduce the New Japan Pro Wrestling President, Tommy O'Barry. Yes, it's TK. Anytime he has a mic in the hand, he is a candidate to become the LVP for me. I don't give him the LVP all the time for his terrible booking, only when the women's division is incredibly, terribly booked. This week, though, he was on the mic, so I got to give it to TK. Sorry, not sorry. So that is all. We want to hear from all of you guys. Continue putting in the live chat. Last call for super chat donations as we're going to give our plugs. Jimmy, please let the people know where they can find you on social media, your YouTube channel, and even your comic book, sir. You're a busy man.
At Twitter, at Instagram, on YouTube, at Jimmy Macram. I'm not really on those social media platforms this month. I'm giving it a break because they're fucking gross. I should really calm down. I always lose track of my thoughts when I say something outrageous. Ascension Comic Book at jimmymacram.com. And thank you all for being here. Your opinions are usually atrocious, but I do enjoy the conversation.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Heel Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
You were like at 11, and you were like, you know what? I gotta put a dozen.
I'm joking. You guys are great. I'm joking. I love you.
But did you finish plugging a session?
Yes.
Good stuff. Check out our Moon Knight as well as Ozark reviews. We're almost done with part 1 of season 4 of Ozark. We are gonna be done before this part 2 drops, ladies and gentlemen. We did good. We did it. You're making it look. I'm free on Sunday, so don't blame me. We got one more episode, and I actually started watching this other series with Ruth in it. Inventing Anna. It's based on a true story.
Yeah, I saw that.
You should probably check it out. It was strange not hearing her in a country accent. It was weird.
Oh,
yeah, it was weird. You can find me on the Twitter machine at TrueHillSP3. Later today, I got a new feature dropping on WrestleTalk.com. The predicting the card for AEW New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. Of course, we're going to be talking more about Forbidden Door predictions for the card on Saturday. True Hill Heat 172. Chrissy Love will be back after her birthday vacation, as well as we'll have special guests with us. Cassidy Haynes of bodyslam.net, and he actually has sources. I will say he used to go to school with a member of FTR. That's all I'm gonna say.
Really cool. It's not a fucking whatever.
Well, he's still in contact with him. He's still in contact. He's still in contact with a member of FTR. So we'll get inside information on the FTR news of WWE having interest in them and bringing them back when their contract expires. We're also going to be talking about all the news from the week, like Kushida leaving WWE. So join us Saturday, 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, True Hill Heat 172 with myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and Cassidy Haynes of bodyslam.net. You also got myself and Sat E. Nyangi over on the Wrestle Talk Podcast YouTube channel reviewing NXT 2.0. So go over and check that out. If you don't watch NXT 2.0, we break it down in the funniest way possible. So check us out every week, Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. UK, and as well as the Believe in Pro Wrestling podcast with myself, Rick Ucchino. We also broke down Dynamite as well as all the latest wrestling news this morning at 7 a.m. We got a last minute super chat donation from you, my boy Blue. Thank you so much, Blue. You know how much we appreciate the support. He says in honor of 420 episode of Dynamite, he gives us $4.20. We appreciate you. Andrew saying, which will have no women's matches for New Japan, AEW, more blow money for
Absolutely. Treat them like Saudi Arabia, goddammit.
And Annika says it was 13 last week, and CM says 12 this week. So we're going down. We're going down, ladies and gentlemen. The Polished Jet says, thank you for the show, guys. I appreciate the hard work that you both put in to bringing these episodes weekly. Stay blessed, y'all. We appreciate
just trash shitty show.
And we have fun, and regardless, I always have fun with my good friend. We've known each other for over almost going on 2 decades, man. I'm feeling old. Feeling old out here. But yes, thank you, Jimmy. Thank you, everyone who joined us in the live chat. We always appreciate y'all. Remember, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Hill Heat. Patreon.com/True Hill Heat if you want to support even more. And if you want to rep True Hill Heat with some merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com/True Heels. We got our True Hill Heat fire logo that is now available for purchase. So I want to see some people tagging us on social media with those True Hill Heat t-shirts. We appreciate all of y'all in the live chat. Appreciate anyone who's watching it on demand. Remember to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Me and Jimmy will be back next Thursday, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time. For Jimmy Macram, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This is AEWramble, episode 39, The Forbidden Floor. We are signing off until next time.
Look at that fucking jacket. Ugh.
The words and opinions of Jimmy Macram do not necessarily reflect those of True Hill Heat, its viewers, or affiliates.
Had to match next last week.